in our beautiful Pilates studio, so forgive me for the echo. But I have some really exciting news I wanted to announce. Well, I'm actually going to let Lisa announce it. Lisa Morton just got her certification. And this is like the certification of all certifications with Pilates. Like, as far as what is this exactly called and what does it mean to Apple Athletic Club? What does it mean to you, Lisa?
So I just completed my Stop Pilates full certification. So it's a series of equipment that I have to be tested on and my knowledge. And so I'm one of 2 fully certified instructors in the state of Idaho.
So cool!
The only one at Apple Athletic Club right now, so it's a pretty unique situation. So
it's so cool, so congratulations, because she worked so hard. So to break down how hard it is to get this certification, what does it entail as far as hours go and the process of it? Why don't we break it down for the viewers that don't know?
So the full certification consists of several pieces of apparatus that we call in here in Pilates. So you're getting trained on mat work, which is kind of the basis of all of our Pilates exercises, reformers, the barrels, which we have 3 different types of barrels. We have the arc barrel, the spine corrector, and the ladder barrel, as well as the Cadillac, which is our big trapeze machine that we have here, and the chair, the stability chair. So out of all that equipment, it's over 500 hours of going to courses and actually learning the material, coming back, practicing on my own body, practicing teaching my clients, and also watching other instructors teach under that same level of experience. So lots of hours, and then the test itself consumed, it was about 3 hours of a one-on-one practical with a proctor, a test giver, and then a body that I'd never worked with before. So a client that came into the studio, and we do all of our training down at the Intermountain Pilates Training Center in Utah, in Salt Lake. So I went down there for the day, met this body that I'd never met before. I had to do a full posture analysis on them, what's called a stated focus, which is based on the posture analysis, how I would program for them, come up with a program of about 50 exercises that was on all the pieces of equipment, so mat, reformer, chair, barrels, and Cadillac. And depending on their body type, had to program specifically for them, modify for that body in a good flow. There's a certain order that some of the exercises had to be in, so it was all memorization. So you don't get to go in with your books or anything written down.
You have to do all from what you've memorized.
Exactly. So there's that, and then at the very end, after you go through all of the pieces of equipment, well, let me back up. After you do your state focus, you have to do what's called our 5 basic principles, which is our basis of all of our Pilates. Stop Pilates has 5 basic principles: breathing, pelvic placement, rib cage placement, scapular movement stabilization, and head and circle placement, which all of our exercises wrap around those 5 basic principles. So they kind of build from that. And then take them through the workout. Then at the very, very end, the instructor says, okay, we're gonna do a spot check. And what a spot check is out of about 500 exercises and all the pieces of equipment, she says, okay, teach this exercise. So not only do I have to memorize the 40 plus exercise of the program, also the other exercises of the repertoire to grab out of air, just
crazy,
do this.
Just pull it together. That's amazing.
Yeah. But that's not the only thing. So that was one thing. And then I had 7 days after that to do the written exam.
Oh gosh.
So then that's muscle identification. There were 60 true false multiple choice, matching depending on different postures, how you had to describe what type of posture that was, and then also you had an exercise and a muscle part that you had to match that next exercise with the muscle group that you were working. So that was a lot.
So it's pretty intricate.
Yes.
And you were able to pass that and get your full certification, which is super exciting. It's a huge deal, and we're really, really proud of Lisa Morton. So if you could give, say for our Fitness Friday viewers, somebody that doesn't know anything about Stop Pilates, mainstream has mostly heard of Pilates. We've heard the phrase tossed around for years, but what would you say is one of the biggest benefits, and how do people that have never done Pilates get into it? They want to try a class.
So with all of my training that I've done over the last 7 years, it's been a 7-year process really, because I started Pilates in 2012 here at the Apple, and then getting all my hours and just a lot of experience with clients. The main takeaway from Pilates, I would say, is that everybody needs it in their life. And I'm not trying to just to promote our program. Everybody needs Pilates in their life, because it gives you mind-body awareness, where your body is in space, So that way you can see, okay, am I overcompensating here? Am I using the proper muscle groups? And also it helps build your inner unit, which is our deep stabilizing mechanism. I kind of do this because it's kind of like a canister that's deep within our core that helps us stay stabilized. And if you don't have that deep inner unit, if it's not strong and firing properly, you're gonna lead to poor biomechanics, and over time, poor biomechanics is gonna be a breakdown of your joints. So if you had knee, hip, ankle problems, I mean, the big things right now that I see with my clientele, hip replacements, knee replacements, plantar fasciitis, if you're looking at the lower extremities. Upper extremities, you're gonna have neck pain, chronic neck pain, shoulder issues, elbow tendonitis, wrist issues, arthritis in the hands. It's kind of a continuum that if you don't take care of it at the very root of the problem, it's gonna affect somewhere else. And I think the biggest problem in our training or even just therapy world is that we go straight to the victim. So let's say my knee hurts, I'm gonna treat around the knee, and I don't figure out where the root of the problem is, the criminal is, right?
Yeah.
So the criminal is usually somewhere in your torso. Posture.
Yeah,
just
no,
noticed
it's
that
good. I know
too.
we're kind of
like,
sitting,
oh wait, hold on,
sitting on a
Pilates
yeah, we're
instructors.
sitting on a Pilates.
But yes, that
Reformer.
inner unit should always be working. It's anticipatory, so especially where we live in the winter.
Yes,
here we have
the
winter.
majority. Yep.
If you've ever walked on the ice and you feel that kind of like, ooh, you know, like
Yes.
you catch yourself, that's
Your stabilizer.
And if you don't
catches you.
have a strong core, you're gonna
Have problems.
yeah. So I mean, elite athletes are now doing Pilates.
Very
It
cool.
helps their recovery, it helps their performance. It's just an amazing wealth of knowledge that if you've never tried it, you've got to get in here and get with our instructors here. I might be the fully certified instructor here, but all of our other instructors that we have here that are Pilates instructors have gone through at least mat training. So they have a wealth of knowledge. So don't think that, oh, I need to get with Lisa because she's the best one. I would appreciate that, but I do have a waiting list right now, so don't knock it till you try it. Come in, get your 2-week, well, actually, we're getting ready to do a 2-week.
Wait, what are we doing?
We are actually getting ready to launch a 2-week trial for some of our new classes.
sweet.
So
Okay.
let me back up. We do have
Yeah.
a 2 free trial. Hold on, I gotta say too much.
So 2 classes.
2 free classes with instructors so that you can learn the basic principles as well as the just where you are in space, your posture
Definitely.
assessment, which is really, a lot of people come in here and they're like, oh, you just totally told me everything that I have wrong with my body.
Yep.
But we want you to be aware of it so then you can fix it on your own.
The root cause of it.
Exactly. You know, once you start practicing Pilates, you can start, oh wait, that's why I was just like,
Yeah,
oh wait,
you
here we go.
You notice it when you do Pilates. You're like, oh, this
Yeah.
is out of line, this is out of balance, I shouldn't be doing it this way. It does help, and you can take it into your daily tasks,
Exactly.
which is really, really cool. Pilates is not just one class, it actually takes you through daily
Because
activities.
you'll constantly be thinking about what you learn in here. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, if Lisa was here, I should be doing this
I
and
should be
this.
doing this instead.
We kind of get in your mind and get in your body and be like, oh, I got to work on this, I got to do
Cool.
this. But what we have offering in September, I already said it. So
Yeah.
we've got a bunch of new classes coming on the schedule with some of our awesome instructors.
We're excited to announce those.
Saturday classes, men's classes, early morning classes. So I believe, cat's out of the bag, that they're going to actually offer a 2-week trial on some of these new classes. So I
Very
think it
cool.
just went out in our constant contact email yesterday. And then we also have a few free events that we're doing this next month too. Eula's doing an awesome workshop on the gluteus, everything you need to know about that. So that's your booty. So don't think it's just for women. Men need to be aware of it too, because most men are like clenching their butt and then they have low back problems. They don't know why.
Exactly.
So it affects everything.
Definitely. So take advantage of those 2
Yeah,
free
and then
classes that
I
we
also
offer.
have a workshop coming up in September too on a Saturday. Free workshop, come learn about your body, come learn about where you hold what I call stuck stress. So if you have, again, kind of neck pain, low back pain, 90% of the people I work with
That's what I have right
yeah,
now, low back
yeah,
pain. I'm
yeah.
like, oh, I gotta get in with Lisa.
Yeah, it is going to be really knowledgeable for you to learn the
Very
techniques
cool.
that I teach.
Well,
So,
congratulations
thank
on that
you.
huge certification. We're so proud of Lisa Morton. So if you see Lisa here at Apple Athletic Club, be sure to congratulate her along with us because this is a big deal. Super excited about that. Thank you for tuning into our Fitness Friday. And Lisa, thank you for being our guest. We will keep you posted on the upcoming Pilates events that we have coming up and
Mind
the
and
promos.
Body events.
Mind and Body Studio that we have coming up. So enjoy your Friday, you guys. Stay fit and get fit. Thanks, guys.